Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melissa Andre. I'm the Executive Director of the Philadelphia Tax Review Board, and today is Thursday, June 26th of 2025. We are convening a session of the Tax Review Board. Today's category is License and Inspection. With me today is our Board Chair, Paula Weiss, as well as board members John O'Connor, George Matthews, and Nancy Cameradiner. It is my responsibility to remind everybody to please be aware that this is a public hearing and it is being recorded. Because the meeting is public, participants and viewers have no expectation of privacy, and by continuing to be in said meeting, you are consenting to being recorded. Additionally, this recording will be posted on the Tax Review Board's website. At this point, Paula, please take it away and you can read in the first couple of things and then we'll get into case number one.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. The Tax Review Board hearings for June 26th, 2025 are now in session. Before we move into the matters for which we will be holding administrative hearing today, we have a couple of matters to read into the record for administrative purposes. What is listed on our docket is case number 4 for 2110-12 East Wishart Street. Last 4 digits of the docket, EBAW. This matter has been withdrawn. And what is listed as case number 5 on our docket for 325 North 15th Street. Last 4 digits of the docket, N9PR, has also been withdrawn. So that brings us back to what is listed as case number 1, 763 East Allegheny Avenue. Last 4 digits of the docket, 9597. Petitioner is in our offices in our hearing room. Mr. So?
Yes. Hi.
Yes. Good afternoon. My name is Paula Weiss, Chair of the Tax Review Board. We're going to be hearing your case today. Could each of you please state your full names for the record so we know who we're addressing?
Yeah. My name, first name SOY and last name SO.
Okay, and who is with you?
My name's Stephen Touch. I'm a son.
Okay. Do each of you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we are going to start with the city's representatives to read into the record the dollar amounts and dates that are in controversy. We're then going to come back and you're going to have an opportunity to explain to us why you're here today, what kind of relief you're looking for from the board, and then the city will have an opportunity to put on their case as well. So who has this matter for the city?
Ms. Chairwoman, if I may just raise a preliminary issue for this particular appeal.
Sure, could you please state your name for the record so they know who you are?
Yes, thank you. Michelle Reinhart for the City of Philadelphia, REINHART.
Thank you. Okay, so what is it that you'd like to start off with?
In approximately the middle of the petition, there was an explanation that states, I don't speak and understand English too much. So I did want to raise the question of whether it would be beneficial for everybody if this proceeded with an interpreter.
Thank you very much. So Mr. Touch, are you both proficient in English so that you're comfortable going forward, or are you in need of a interpreter?
For me, I'm okay. I can translate to my mom.
And is she okay with that? That's why you're here, I assume. All right.
I would object. I would object to that because I believe that the board should be the one to provide an independent interpreter in order to ensure that everything is being conducted regularly, that there's no concerns with the interpretation.
However, if the petitioner consents for a family member to help her, that's okay too.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll note your objection for the record, but we're going to go for it. And if we get to a point where we think that this is not working out, we can always stop and regroup. But I think at this point we'll go forward. So do you have a witness who we can swear in to read into the record the numbers?
I also just looked at my witness list and do not see my person. Would we be?
Who is the person?
Is there any way to give me 5 minutes in order to?
Miss Reinhart, can I ask who's the person?
Sure. Let me see. His name is
Edens?
Yes.
He's here.
Oh.
We've been bombed recently with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've just been very cautious about letting people in.
Thank you
it's a public hearing, but we're very I'm on high alert.
Okay, fabulous.
All right, so here, okay. So does that meet your needs now, Ms. Reinhardt? Just the one person?
As long as he's entered in, yes.
He's
He's in.
here, but he's on mute. Mr. Edens, you need to unmute yourself and turn on your camera.
Hi, Mr. Edens, we cannot hear you yet. Are you able to unmute yourself and turn on your camera?
Well,
Can you
we
call
have
him? Do you have
time.
a phone number?
Yeah, you could call him. In the meantime, we can get the numbers on the record and at least hear from the petitioners.
Thank
Well, I
you.
think he's got the numbers.
Oh, he's got
Is
the
he the
numbers?
witness, or is Ms. Mitchell gonna read in the numbers? Ms. Reinhardt? She's muted.
I
All right.
apologize. That was anticipation of making the call.
Yes, we appreciate, is Ms. Mitchell reading in the numbers?
I believe so.
Mr. Edens? Okay,
you-
so Ms.
you have the-
Mitchell, we're gonna start, when you try to contact Mr. Edens, we'll start with Ms. Mitchell. Good afternoon, Ms. Mitchell.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Just fine. Could you state your full name and position with the city, please?
Sure. Lashika Mitchell, Code Administrator for License and Inspection.
Thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give today in these matters will be the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So for case number one, 763 East Allegheny Avenue, could you please provide us with the dates and dollar amounts that are in controversy today?
Sure. 763 East Allegheny Avenue. This is for a license fee, license number 375636. Bill date 3/2025, bill number 2023242609. Current license fee is $69. Past license fee is $853. Interest is $429.34. Penalty fee is $858.68. Making that total $2,210.02.
And can you tell us what years the past fees cover?
You actually need Mr. Eden for that. Sorry.
Okay, okay. All right, Ms. Reinhardt, how are we doing here?
I have attempted one method of communication that has proven unsuccessful and was just about to make a phone call.
Okay. All right, let's take a minute and see if we can get Mr. Edens. All right, Ms. Reinhardt, how we doing here?
I have just tried calling his direct number twice, email and virtual message.
Ms. Andre, as the host, is there any way you can unmute him?
I've tried. I can only ask him to unmute, and I've done that a bunch of times in an attempt. It like sends like a button on your page to let you know. The only other thing I could suggest is that we remove him, and that may alert him to the fact that he needs to come back in. So that's what I think we should do.
Okay, and then, we can get started with the petitioner's information.
Okay.
Because we've got at least we know almost what we're talking about. I have one more question, I guess, then for Ms. Mitchell, or maybe for Ms. Reinhardt. There's been testimony from Ms. Mitchell, this is a license fee issue. Can you tell us what license it is? What's it for? Ms. Reinhardt?
This is regarding a rental license.
Rental, thank you. And did you have any opening comments before we turn to the petitioner?
It's difficult because my witness is not here, but we do have a proposed reduction of some of the bills. After looking over the petition, we've determined that some of the years of rental license fees that were charged to the petitioner were during a time at which her son actually owned the property. We recognize that, and subsequently she purchased the property back from her son, is my understanding. So there are some rental license fees that are still due, I believe 2021 and 2022 and 2023, but not for the entirety of the what is charged here. And that is why I was hoping that
He's here.
Oh, fabulous. Mr. Edens?
Hello, Ms.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, Mr. Edens, we've been hoping we'd be able to get you connected to us. Welcome. Can you please state your full name and position with the city?
Najib Edens. I'm a code administrator, supervisor for license and inspections, license issuance unit.
Thank you. And do you swear or affirm the testimony? Somebody's got background noise. Hold on.
It's Mr. Eden.
Mr. Edens.
Mr. Edens, can you tell maybe everybody just to like quiet down just a little bit behind you? Because that's really the noise we're hearing.
All right, and now you-
Yes, give me 1 second.
Thank you, board members, for allowing us to try to work through these technical issues.
It happens,
regularly.
right?
That was under the breath, but.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Mr. Edens, that's
Yes.
better. You swear or
you.
affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes,
Thank you. All right, so Ms. Mitchell has told us the dollar amounts, the gross dollar amounts that are due already. Reinhardt has said that before we even hear from the petitioners, that you have additional information as to the city's review and recommendation for a reduction in the overall bill. Is that correct? Okay.
You are
you're
on mute.
again.
yes, that is
Okay, can you
correct.
explain to us just that calculation and what the city's actual charge is or understanding is of what is due today for this petition, for this property, which is 763 East Allegheny Avenue.
Okay. The property was, the rental license was initially obtained in 2008. I believe around September 2008. Then it was sold a few months later to another party. I believe her son, but another party the same year. Then she repurchased the property in 2021.
Okay.
So I feel as though we shouldn't charge her for a rental license that she couldn't use because it was purchased by someone else who actually obtained their own rental license for the property.
So then can you give us current numbers or figures as to what the city is billing or charging for this petitioner, Ms. So, for this property?
What I would like for her to be charged?
No, well, what's the bill? I mean, what, she's here
The-
contesting
the
a bill, and
current-
now we
the
don't know what
current
it
bill.
is.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to it.
Mr. Edens, if I may clarify, I believe they're asking for what is the amount that the city believes is the correct amount to charge. So with the calculations that you just expressed.
$195.
That's the principal amount due for 2021 through 2024?
The 2026, the 2025, yes.
Through 2025. And is there any
Yes.
interest or penalty?
I don't think it should be any.
Okay.
I
This-
will,
All right.
well, I could recommend a
Thank
waiver.
Yeah, no, thank you. Okay. Ms. So what the city is saying is, although I guess, I'm not sure what bill you received that you're contesting, but that they are now conceding that the only years for which they believe you owe a rental license are 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25, for which the amount due is $195. Does that satisfy your concern or your appeal?
I have a question for you, right?
Mhm.
I understand that it starts from 21 all the way to 25. At the same time, the building is not rented out. It's just a business downstairs. So it's like empty, but upstairs. I understand if we put a tenant up there to rent it out, I see that we pay for, I mean, but what I'm trying to get across is that
Okay. So who's running the business? Whose business is it?
the business is my parent. It's closed now. It's completely closed.
The building is vacant.
It's right now they live there. My parent lived there.
When did it close?
Closed 2 years ago.
Because it's no business. One day I make only the $5, $10 because too much children people there.
Too many stuff happened over there.
Yeah,
We're
so
Kensington.
no
there, so.
people coming, they scared.
So your parents repurchased the building in 2021. What was going on in 2021?
It's the laundromat downstairs. They live upstairs.
Okay, and it's their laundromat?
Yes.
And do you have any documentation to show us that they were running their own business? Tax return,
Well,
utility bill?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so, all right, so they moved so in 2021, they were living upstairs, is that correct?
Yeah.
And is it an apartment?
Well, it's like not apartment. It's like it's like the first floor is a business, right? And the second floor is a apartment.
For the living.
But my parent, what happened is that we have another house across the street. So before we live on the second floor, and then we move back. We not move back into the apartment upstairs, but it just assume it's a business. And the second floor is like a vacant, but the first floor is still a business.
And that was in 2021?
From 21 to 24, yes. When
To
my
24.
brother owned the building, he moved to Florida. When he moved to Florida, so my mom transferred the house back to her name. That's what happened.
Okay, and now the building is vacant completely?
Right now, it's vacant, yes.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Reinhardt?
I mean, if you want me to pay the amount, I mean, I have no problem with that.
Well, let's see if we can straighten it out. Ms.
Okay,
Reinhardt, do you
that
have
is-
questions for the petitioners or evidence you want to place before the board?
I have just a few questions. I'm not sure, I don't have a preference who answers this in particular, but were there any types of affidavits of use of the property submitted in the last few years to the department?
Mm, what do you
Uh,
mean?
These could be an affidavit of non-rental, an affidavit that if it was occupied by a family member or owner occupied.
We didn't never do anything because we
Wait for the license.
we hardly understand what we have to do, what step. But no, like where we come from is like, okay, as our house, what we want to do is our house. We don't, report to anybody. We just live in the house, that's
Well,
it.
the city needs to have certain information,
Yeah, I understand, but
how the buildings are being used when they're being commercial properties or rented out, which is why there are license requirements and other bureaucratic things. Mr. Edens, has anyone from L&I ever, is there any information in the system that there have been any on-site inspections of this building?
I believe so. I'm actually looking now. Yes.
And when was this? Okay.
2021. They did an interior inspection.
But
Give me
At,
one second. 1 second.
okay.
no.
25 đâu 25 25 đâu bật store đó bật việc 25
They would make it.
25 mà
No,
24
they
ដល់
pay.
25
This is
25 mà khách bằngឆ្នាំទេ not 2 years.
All right, so Mr. Tauch, the city has brought the bill down to 195. Is that a bill that you're able and willing to pay?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's
So I
fine.
think I'm gonna poll the board, and if that is acceptable, as a result, I think that 195 in principle with waiver of any interest and penalty that may be accrued would probably be an acceptable decision at this point. Can I get concurrence from the board? John, you're muted.
Yes, I concur.
George,
George Matthews, I confirm and concur.
Nancy,
Nancy Cameradiner, I concur.
thank you, and Paula Weiss, I concur. So we're gonna confirm or affirm the city's reduction of the bill from the initial 2,200 that was read into the record down to 195. And if any of that, or there is interest or penalty, or if there is any additional interest and penalty that we have not been provided, I think the board's decision is to waive any of that interest and penalty. You'll get a letter from the tax review board in about 2 weeks with our decision. An adjusted bill will follow, and you'll have 30 days from the date of that adjusted bill to make arrangements with the revenue department to pay the balance. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for coming in. Good luck.
Take care.
Thank
But
you.
before you leave, Mr. Edens, in order to avoid this going forward, if in fact the building is vacant or they are personally living in it, what do they need to do to notify revenue or L&I?
Đọc qua check.
They could amend the license to have the license, request to have the license closed if they no longer need the license.
Thank
And
you.
and if it's vacant more than 90 days, they would need a vacant property license.
Okay, so did you understand that, Mr. Tauch?
Yes.
Okay, so what you need to do is notify the city that you want to cancel the rental license so they don't bill you again next year or think that it's still rented. And if in fact the building is going to remain vacant, there's also a vacant property form and license so that the city is aware that the property is vacant. And again, the Revenue Department, if you go into the Municipal Services Building, they'll be able to help you. Okay?
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you very much for coming in. We're going to be able to move on. So you can go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that takes care of it. Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to the next petitioner, and it's actually covers cases 2, 3, and 6 for 3033 Germantown Avenue. What is listed on our docket as case 2 is last 4 digits of the docket 6GLF. Case 3, last 4 digits of the docket 7WW6. And case 6, last 4 digits of the docket 60M0. And the petitioner is, I believe, in our hearing room now. Ms. Torres?
Yes. How
Yes,
you doing?
okay, you can hear us and we can hear you. Nice to see you. My name is Paula Weiss, Chair of the Board, the Tax Review Board. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Justina M. Torres.
Ms. Torres, do you swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give today will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. So you've got 3 bills that you have appealed for 3033 Germantown Avenue. We are going to turn to the city representatives first to give us the dollar amounts and the dates that are being appealed. And then we'll come back to you and you'll have an opportunity to explain to us why you're here today and what relief you're looking for from the board.
Okay.
So Ms. Reinhardt, I assume this is your case?
It is, yes, thank you. I wanted to start out just by saying that appeal number 3, this is appeal ending 7WW6. This stems from a clip bill. After review, the city is withdrawing the underlying bill. So we would just ask that that particular appeal, just number 3, be moot. I had a previous conversation with Ms. Torres to notify her of the same.
Okay, so then, then we're going to take that off our docket. I think, and I'm going to ask board members to confirm that this case, what is listed as case number 3, is a no action needed as the bill has been withdrawn by the city. Can I get concurrence from board?
Don O'Connor, I confirm and concur.
Nancy Cameradiner, I concur.
George Matthews, I confirm.
And Paula Weiss, I concur. All right, so case number 3 has been withdrawn. There's a no action needed. Let's go then into cases 2 and 6. Ms. Reinhardt, who is your witness today for this?
This is going to be Supervising Inspector Thomas Rybakowski for the bulk of the evidence. And I believe Ms. Mitchell is also going to read the numbers in.
Okay, so let's start with that. Ms. Mitchell, if you can start with case number 2, last 4 digits of the docket 6GLF, give us the numbers and the dates for that.
Okay. 3033 Germantown Avenue. This is a CSU asbestos bill, bill date 7/13/2023, bill number 2023-003695. Principal amount $3,355. Admin charge $704.55. Interest is $243.60, bringing the total to $4,303.15.
Okay, and then let's drop down to number 6 and get the information for that as well.
Okay, 3303 Germantown Avenue. This is a CSU demo bill, bill date 1/30/2023. Bill number 2023-000235. Principal amount $47,777. Admin charge $10,033.17. Interest is $3,179.55. There is also a lien fee of $106.45, bringing the total to $61,096.17.
Okay, thank you.
You're
All right, Ms.
welcome.
Reinhardt, any opening comments?
I would like to just initially say that this building was initially designated unsafe in such a way that I apologize if I can actually back up for just 1 second. In May of 2021, Ms. Torres purchased the property. Then Subsequently, in February of 2022, she received a notice of unsafe violation, which by December of the same year was upgraded to imminently dangerous. It was demolished then in January of 2023. Just to set out the timeline that's involved and the escalation of the situation. The damage was caused by a significant fire that affected the entirety of the property.
When was the fire? If you know.
I don't know offhand because there was an ongoing, there was a prior case written. So that's something that Supervising Inspector Rybakowski may be able to answer.
Okay, all right, so thank you. The timeline is very helpful. And any other comments before we turn to Ms. Torres?
Not at this time. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Torres, there are two bills that are outstanding related to the demolition of the property. What would you like to tell us about the matter and what you're looking for today?
So the building, when I purchased it, the back, the third floor and the second floor, the back of the building was damaged, not the front of the building. They asked me to board it up the first time when they put the orange sticker there. I boarded it up so nobody can get in or anything like that. They told me to, when I started to work on the building, when I finally got the money to work on the building, they told me that I had to get permits and licenses and stuff like that. So I started to work on that. Then they put another sticker on. So I called the LNI person that was on the sticker and I told them, listen, I'm working on getting my licenses and everything to fix the building up because I don't want to knock nothing. I just want to extend the building. He said, fine, you have time since you spoke to me. I said, okay. After that, my building got knocked down. The building in the back, yes, it was unsafe. The third floor, second floor was unsafe, but everything else was boarded up and stuff like that. So I didn't know where to turn to. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know any of it. And so I met someone that was like, you could go to the land building and fight that because they gave you the okay to pursue to fix the building and then they knocked it down.
Okay, was there a fire?
Yes, there was a fire before I had brought the building as is with the damages.
The fire was prior to your purchase?
Yeah, the fire, it was already there. It was my uncle's building and he had passed in it. So his daughter sold it to me. So I boarded it up. I was trying to work on her, trying to, find a fast way to, get it done. But then LNI came and said, they put the orange sticker. I called them. They said, all right, you have time. Just get the permits and stuff you need. I said, okay, I'm working on that. I paid someone $8,000 to help me get the permits and everything. And then out of nowhere, I come back and my building is gone.
Okay, let's turn to Ms. Reinhardt. Do you want to have Mr. Rybakowski provide us with the information?
Yes. Do I have an opportunity to ask questions to Ms. Torres?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Please go right ahead.
Thank you. Ms. Torres, you indicated that you had a conversation with an inspector who then said that there was more time. Do you know when that conversation was?
I spoke to him like in December, like I want to say probably around the 27th, 26th, something like that. I know it was the ending of December. I spoke to him and he said, if you're gonna work on it, fine, you have time. Just make sure you bring everything you have. So I had called someone up and I was like, listen, I need this, this and that. I need a make a safe permit. I need this, I need that. He said, all right, fine, we'll work on that. And I gave him the money. And then I don't know where my building was being knocked down.
Do you know the name of the inspector that you spoke to?
I forgot his name. That was a while ago.
You said,
no-
but you said that he was listed on,
On the orange paper, he was listed on there.
that was at the posted, the sticker
On
that was posted?
On the,
Okay,
yeah,
we should be able to figure that out, Ms. Reinhardt.
You said that it was December 26th or 27th approximately. Can you tell us what year?
I believe 2022.
Okay. Do you know what the inspector looked like?
I never saw him. I don't live there. So I just get a phone call from my neighbor like, hey, you have a sticker there, or hey, you have to come clean this up, or hey, this is going on. Like they'll always inform me on what's going on with my building.
Where do you live?
I live on Indiana, on 1040 West Indiana.
Okay, so the mailing address for this property of 3014 Germantown Avenue, that's not where you live?
3033. That's not where I live. I live 1040 West Indiana. That's my mailing address. That's where I get all my mail at.
So I think my question was slightly different. There is an address indicated on the deed saying that you wanted mail to be directed to 3014 Germantown Avenue. Do you recall making that request, first of all?
In the beginning, yeah, because I used to live across the street from that building.
Okay, but no longer?
No longer.
Okay. Exactly when did you find out about the demolition?
The demolition, I found out when they were, I want to say, on the first floor, demoing the first floor. They already got the third and second floor done. And they had called me and said, oh, hey, your building is being knocked down. I said, what? So I had to get over there. When I got there, it was nothing I could, I just looked at it and just like, wow, they're just knocking my building down. So it was like, I can't stop it. I can't nothing. So I just left it alone. Like, there's nothing I can do. And I know I'm going to get a bill. So fine, when I get the bill, and then I got the bill, and then I'm like, damn, I don't know. Where do I go? What do I do? I didn't know any of that until not that long ago. I met someone and they were like, oh, you can go to court for that. You can fight that.
And when did you get the bill exactly?
I want to say probably like 3 weeks after, 2 weeks after. I'm not quite sure. I know after they did that, I got the bill.
So, approximately maybe February of 2023. Does that sound?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no further questions for Ms. Torres. Thank you.
Okay.
If the board doesn't have any questions, I'd like to call Supervising Inspector Rybakowski.
Supervisor Rybakowski, please put your camera on. Good afternoon. Could you state your full name and position with the city, please?
Thomas Rybakowski, City of Philadelphia, License and Inspections.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, let's go.
Thank you. Can you please introduce yourself for the record?
My name is
Just
Thomas
did.
Rybakowski.
You just did.
I apologize. I mean, where you work, your duties, and job description. Relevant.
My name is Thomas Rybakowski. As of now, I am the acting manager for the Contractual Services Unit or Emergency Response. Prior to that, I was a supervisor assigned to the same unit. And then prior to that, I certified plan review specialist and building inspector assigned to the same unit since 2014. I currently hold 8 certifications through the ICC or International Code Council as a building code official. One of those certifications is building code official, and that is also through the state of Pennsylvania, meaning that I could be the code official for any municipality in the state of Pennsylvania.
Have you reviewed the city's file for 3033 Germantown Avenue?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the department's investigations and actions regarding this property?
Yes.
Okay. With the board's permission, I'd like to share my screen with exhibits.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, you're gonna need to zoom
Yeah.
a little bit on that.
Okay, there we go.
Great.
The first page is a copy of the petition itself. The second page is the notice of violation and order to correct dated February 3rd, 2022. Acting Manager Rybakowski, can you please tell us what the outcome of this investigation was? What the concerns were for this property specifically?
The concerns were that the property at 3033 Germantown Avenue had been declared as unsafe following a inspection due to fire damage of the property. The property was declared unsafe. Property fire damaged with large holes in the roof assembly on the second and third floors, step fractures or step cracks in the south side bearing wall. Rear wall is missing on third floor.
Okay. Were there any administrative appeals filed for this notice of violation?
Not that I'm aware of.
Subsequently, on March 3rd, 2022, a final violation notice was issued. This was following a March inspection as well. Were any of the violations complied?
No.
Okay. And this notice was sent to a number of different addresses, including the address that Ms. Torres indicated just a few minutes ago that she had been living at the time. I'm going to scroll down next to a set of photographs. Is the first photograph on page 14? Well, can you tell us what this posting means?
So this is a poster that's affixed to the front of the property, indicating that the property at 3033 Germantown Avenue has been declared as unsafe. The issues or the reason is the roof, side bearing wall, and interior has the date of March 22nd, 2021, and the inspector that posted the property signature, and that would be Inspector Carroll.
Could you tell us the date of that? What's the date on that photo, Mr. Rabikowski, for the record?
If you wouldn't mind enlarging it, it appears that it is March 22nd of 2021. It also is date stamped as well. So the photograph is date stamped the same date that the poster has the date signed on it.
Okay, so if I can just circle back. So the notice of violation said final notice, but the posting does not. It just
Correct.
Notice of violation. Okay, I just want to.
Most times the inspector will repost the property. Sometimes they'll leave the same poster and just change the date reflecting the reinspection.
Thank you.
If I may also add, I believe that this is approximately a 1-year difference for this as well. This poster is dated March 22nd, 2021. Ms. Torres purchased the property in May of 2021 and subsequently received the initial notice of violation in February 2022. It was the final notice of violation from March of 2022.
Thank you.
That we just saw.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that clarifies that. Thank you. This is 2021. Okay.
Just indicating then that there was an ongoing investigation and posting on the property prior to her purchase as well. Inspector, moving down to the second photograph on page 14, can you tell us what we are looking at here specifically?
This is a photograph of the side load-bearing wall of the property. You can see that the inspector has actually described or typed a description of the photo: hole in second floor roof assembly, side bearing wall fractures.
And the top photograph on the 15th page, is this a photograph of the front?
That is, yes.
Moving
So
to
it's the end of a row, Mr. Rabikowski?
There was a lot on the other side of it, but essentially, yes, this is the end of a row of bank of properties.
Okay, thank you.
Moving to the top photograph on page 16, can you tell us what we're seeing here?
You're seeing the roof assemblies taken from the third floor vantage point or from the rear of the property. It's showing that there's significant fire damage to the structural members and the roof assembly.
And moving to the lower photograph on page 15, what do we see?
Same thing. You can see that there's significant fire damage to the interior of the property. and you can see another vantage point of those step fractures in the side load-bearing wall.
Moving to the top photograph of page 17. This is a farther out angle in order to see a greater amount of the back. Can you tell us what we're seeing?
You are seeing an expanded view of the rear of the property in question. You are seeing that the note describing this photo is rear of property, no third floor rear wall.
And the lower photograph on page 17 is a zoomed in version of the area you just described.
Correct.
Okay. Moving to the top photograph of page 18, what is this?
The back of the property steps down to a two-story rear. Again, it shows the vantage point of the step fractures along the side load-bearing wall and the fire damage of that section of the building.
And then the bottom photograph of page 18 is just another unsafe posting.
Showing the same posting, or actually this one appears to have a new poster affixed to the property. The date on the photograph is April of 2021.
The first photograph of page 19, this is also dated April of 2021. Were there any improvements found to the property structurally?
No.
Moving to page number 20, the top photograph, do you still see the same structural concerns testified to above?
Yes.
And then moving to the top photograph of page 21, can you tell us about any concerns that you're seeing here?
You'd see in the same vantage point, you're seeing that the property has suffered significant structural damage as a result of a fire that occurred in the property. You still see step fracturing going on with the side load-bearing wall, and you still see fire damage to the roof assemblies.
And I'm sorry, and the date on this picture this is still 2021?
This is actually August 1st of 2022, taken at
Okay.
approximately 11:20 in the morning. And that area inspector was Inspector Brooks.
And then moving to the bottom photograph of page 22, can you tell us what we see here?
You actually see that now the wall, it seems as if the fracturing is getting worse. And this photograph was taken by Inspector Slover. The photograph was taken at the end of 2022. In fact, the photograph was taken December 8th of 2022.
Following that December 8th, 2022 inspection, was the property upgraded to imminently dangerous?
The property the property continued to deteriorate where the inspector had declared the property eminently dangerous. This is the violation notice in order to correct, showing that property has now been declared eminently dangerous by the department. It shows the case number Charlie Frank 2022-121693, made out to the owner of record at the address of 3014 Germantown Avenue.
And the date of the notice is December 9th, 2022?
Correct.
Okay. How long did they have in order to file an administrative appeal from this notice?
The actual, on this page, it's ordered that they make the necessary repairs or corrections by December 18th of 2022. But the end of the document has the appeal language with a date as well.
Moving to page 26, is it at the top of the page?
The top of the paragraph shows that the appellant or the owner has the right to appeal the violation by December 14th of 2022.
Was there an administrative appeal filed for this particular notice?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And what were the conditions specifically that that led to the designation of imminently dangerous?
Site roof collapse, condition of in violation, site roof collapse, sidewall buckling, interior collapsing.
Okay. Moving to page 27, this is a photograph of the front of the property with a posting on the front.
It is. Photograph was taken, appears December 8th of 2022.
And page number 28, is this just a different angle of the front of the property as well?
It shows the front of a 3-story property that's been posted as eminently dangerous, with the front of it still open to access from the public walkway.
And are we able to see the sky through the 3rd floor window?
Yes.
Okay. And do we see fire damage in the 2nd floor as well?
You can see that there's fire damage throughout this property.
Moving to page 29, what do we see here specifically?
The side load-bearing wall with the step fracturing that is continuing to worsen.
And page 30.
Another vantage point of the 3-story property with the structural issues that warranted the property being declared eminently dangerous.
And specifically, I believe that you did say earlier, but are we able to see the buckling on the, I apologize, I forget the word that you used. I believe you said step fracture in the middle of the side wall, getting significantly wider than the first photographs that we saw.
Typically, step fracturing is literally exactly that. It's basically a set of steps. This is going past basic step fracturing. This is turning into a complete fracture that is opening up on the side load-bearing wall.
And what is the concern of that specifically?
In short, total collapse of the property.
And then you see a photograph on page 31 dated 12/19/2022. Is this also of the front of the property?
It is.
Okay. Now you indicated that there were no administrative appeals filed for either of the notices, either the unsafe designation or the imminently dangerous designation. Were there any building permits applied for?
Actually, I have 2 permits that are applied for in our system under this property.
Okay, I have page 32 directing you to a letter asking for additional information following an application. I am going to zoom in significantly here. Please let me know if it should be zoomed in more. In approximately the middle of the page, can you tell us what the date processed shows?
November 23rd of 2021.
And that indicates when the application was reviewed?
That is the date processed.
Okay. Going to the bottom of this page, and again, please let me know if I should zoom in more. Can you tell us what the comment is at the bottom of this portion?
The scope of work listed in this report appears to greatly understate the damage at the subject property.
I'm sorry, where did you see that?
This is the very bottom of page 32. This is the comment line. Please let me know if I should zoom in more to make it more visible. I can't quite tell what is on everybody else's screen.
I can read verbatim the entire comment. The revised engineer's report indicates limited replacement of roof joists. This information does not match the submitted construction plans. Case file CF 2021-019871. Engineer's photographs provided in this report and site photographs taken by the city inspector. The scope of work listed in this report appears to greatly understate the damage at the subject property.
Thank you. And this was 2021.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, I apologize.
That's fine.
Now, Acting Manager Rybakowski, you indicated that this was only an application and that the permit was not actually issued. Was this subsequently expired?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that there were 2 building permit applications. Was the second in 2022?
It was.
Okay. Directing your attention to page 34 of the city's exhibits. This is another request for information from the department following a review of a building permit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Again, directing your attention to approximately the middle of the page, it indicates date processed. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Please let me know if it should be more.
No, that's good.
Can you tell us when this was reviewed?
This date where this was processed, April 18th of 2022.
And can you tell us at the bottom of this same page, 34, what the plans reviewer requested and commented following this review?
The very last series of sentences in the comment section. The engineer's report only proposes repair/reconstruction of the breezeway exterior walls. The scope of repairs listed in the report greatly underestimates the damage at the subject property and does not fully address the open violations. Please revise.
Now you indicated that this was also just an application and that a building permit was not issued. Was this application subsequently expired as well?
It was, yes.
Okay. And were there any other applications made after this point?
The only other permits associated with the property is the city's demolition permit.
Moving to page 36, what actions did the city take in order to abate the imminently dangerous conditions of the property?
As the property continued to deteriorate and was declared as eminently dangerous, the department went ahead and solicited bids for a demolition. According to this document, we received at least 4 demolition bids, ranging from Palmer Construction through Manguel Demolition.
And was the lowest cost bid the one that was ultimately selected?
Yes.
Okay. And did Palmer Construction perform all of the work and in fact demolish the property in January of 2023?
Yes, the demolition was the principal was $47,777.
Is this money that did the city pay this cost?
This is actually the payout slip. We call it the payout slip, but it is the final slip that is actually signed by the inspector, authorizing that all the work has been completed and that the invoice can be paid.
Now, was there any asbestos work performed during the process of this emergency demolition?
Per the requirements of the demolition program, this property is considered a mixed-use property and or a commercial property. It requires asbestos monitoring, and this is the invoice that is received from that company.
Okay. Moving to page 39, this is the city's invoice for the demolition, correct?
Yes.
And this was, this has an invoice date of January 30th, 2023?
Yes.
Okay. And then moving to page 41, this is an abatement invoice for the asbestos, correct?
Correct.
And this has an invoice date of July 13th, 2023?
Yes, it reflects the principal from the for the asbestos and the administrative charge as well.
And how is that administrative charge calculated?
Any abatement by the department, a 21% administrative fee is assessed to any work.
Page 43 is the Office of Property Assessment information for this property, and then page 47 is the deed for this property. Inspector, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and just ask, have you indicated that you've reviewed the file for this? Is there any indication that more time was given in order for the owner to comply these violations?
There's no notations that additional time was described to the owner of record.
Is that something that inspectors record?
Depending upon the inspector, but sometimes there is a note, or at least there is contact to the department granting additional time. You see a signed payout slip from the inspector that issued the ID case or the eminently dangerous case in this matter.
Okay. So it's, I apologize. No further questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Torres, did you have any questions for Inspector Rabikowski?
No.
No. Okay. Ms. Reinhardt, does that complete your case?
It does. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Torres, do you have any final comments you would like to offer us with regard to this building?
I just want to know what's next with the building, like with it.
Pardon?
I just want to know like what's gonna what's the next step? What's gonna happen?
Well, the next step is that you own a lot, a vacant lot. I assume that's what it looks like now. And there are these outstanding bills that this board is gonna review. Did you and Eddie Time get any bids for the cost for repairing this building?
So the person that basically, so if someone was gonna fix it for me,
Mm-hmm.
so the person that I had asked to get the permits for me, he was gonna charge me, I think he said, I want to say 40,000 to like take off what he has to take off and extend it, like rebuild.
Okay, but you purchased it in 2021 and none of that happened prior to the demolition, correct?
Yeah, I was trying, when he gave me the estimate, I was trying to like get the money together to do it.
Okay.
Then all that started to happen, and then other stuff started to happen, but I was trying to save the money up so I can give him all the money so he can just take care of it.
Okay. Ms. Reinhardt, any closing comments?
Yes, briefly, thank you. It's the city's position that this property did change over time. It was initially unsafe due to the fire damage throughout. Ms. Torres purchased the property with the understanding that she was purchasing it as is, and there was this fire damage. It subsequently, over the course of the year, became significantly worse. You could see the roof continuing to deteriorate. You could see the fracture on the side wall going from what acting manager Rybakowski described as a step fracture in the beginning to becoming I believe he said he described it as closer to a full fracture, but I'm going to leave that phrase exactly to the board's recollection. It got significantly worse over time. There was a fear then of not just collapse of that particular wall, but of the entire building as a result. As there were no further either administrative appeals or building permits, the city then took action in order to abate the growing concern here. So for that reason, we would ask for the bills to be confirmed.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody in the board have any questions before we step back? No.
No.
And
No.
everyone stay where you are. The board is going to take a few minutes in a private room and have a discussion about all of this information. All right, the board is back in session. I think we have everybody. Yes, I think we're back in session. All right. So the board members did take a few minutes to review the evidence presented by both the petitioner and the city, both the testimony and the documents. And our decisions are as follows. For case number 2 that's related to asbestos, the board's decision is to abate the interest charge. And for case number 6 that is related to the demolition bill, the board's decision is to abate the interest and half the administrative charge. So Ms. Torres, you will get a letter from the tax, but we're allowing the principal amounts in both bills to stand. City provided very substantial evidence to establish that the building was imminently dangerous and in need of the remediation that the city came in and provided after numerous violation notices, numerous attempts to let the petitioner know that the building really was in dangerous condition. So Ms. Torres, you will get a letter from the tax review board with that decision, and adjusted bill will follow, noting the interest abatement on both bills and half the administrative charge. On the demo, you'll have 90 days from the date of that bill to contact the revenue department for the city, and make arrangements to pay the balance in installments if that is the better option for you. Should you fail to make those arrangements to pay the balance, or should you enter into an agreement and fail to fulfill it, the revenue department will have the authorization to reinstate any of the abatements that the board is allowing today. So can I get concurrence from board members?
John O'Connor, I concur.
Nancy Cameradiner, I concur.
George Matthews, I concur.
And Paula Weiss, I concur. So Ms. Torres, that completes the hearing for today.
So that means, like you said, if I do an agreement to make payments and I don't come through with it, I don't pay it, you guys stay with it, right?
What do you mean stay with it?
The property would be of the city of Philadelphia?
No, the city does not take the property. The property belongs to you.
And if the city does come after the property, that's another whole process.
But I assume at some point the city will, if there's no action on the bill, the city has the authority to put a lien on the property, but they will not take the property unless there is a separate sheriff's sale process. And that is not what has occurred today. So the property still belongs to you. Right, Ms. Reinhardt?
Yes, yes.
Okay, not overstating that.
No, that was stated correctly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so, and if you have questions, you probably should hire an attorney who would be able to provide you with any legal advice that you may need. That's not something we can do here. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck. And that actually concludes our docket for today. So session of the Tax Review Board is adjourned. Everybody stay cool.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
All right,
Thank
have a
you.
good one.
Everybody.
See you
Have a
later.
good weekend.
Bye-bye.
See you
Take care,
Monday,
everyone.
everyone.